A few years ago, in around 2019, I gave birth to my daughter, my second child. I had this mental revolution in my life. I was starting to really realize how things were not going my way in my life and how I really had no control over my life. I was talking about this to my sister regularly, my older sister, and she introduced me to a YouTube channel hosted by a woman named Shera. Just talking about Shera makes me emotional because this woman changed my life and I've never met her. I've only seen her on YouTube. This video is about how Shera changed my life and how I applied her lessons to my life to actually improve my life. I know a lot of people watch her content and still struggle to apply it because it's not for everybody. And even if you want to learn it and apply it, if that's not the way you've been living or it's completely new to you, it might be harder. So I just want to talk about, first of all, how she changed my life. Second of all, how you can use her information to change your life too. My name is Yasmeen Misri, and I make content about single motherhood, fashion, girly things like jewelry, clothes, all of that stuff that I love. I like to encourage millennial women to level up their look and to stay on top of style trends and to still look your age, but also look stylish and not let go of ourselves as we're going into our late 30s and we're going into our 40s. We want to still keep our inner and outer beauty. Relationship between outer and inner beauty is very, very important. How you look on the outside impacts how you feel on the inside. How you feel on the inside impacts how you look on the outside. If you're watching this and you're familiar with who Shera is, that's great. Shera is basically my godmother, and I see her as a mother. I've learned life lessons from her that parents should all be teaching their children. For those of you who don't know who Shera is, she has a YouTube channel with over 700,000 subscribers, and she's known for her really bold and confident takes on hypergamy, femininity, and money, and how women can acquire financial success and money. She teaches women how to carry themselves with confidence, how to attract a certain lifestyle, a lifestyle of financial, emotional, and social success. Some people do think Shera's advice is extreme. I'm not one of those people. Ever since the first 2-minute clip of her advice that I saw in 2019, I believe it was, my life was changed. It immediately resonated with me. I knew that what she was saying was true to my life, and it was. I was the typical Barbara the Builder. That's a character that Shera refers to quite often in her content, and this character that she had explained was me. I was listening to her talk about Barbara the Builder. I was like, I am Barbara the Builder. This is me. And this is the type of relationship I'm in. It was exactly that. And I felt so seen and I felt so understood by her. All of the things that were giving me daily anxiety, things that were making me upset, depressed, and I didn't know what the problem really was, I finally realized when she explained it. Shera didn't tell me what to do or force me into anything. She just told me what the situations are in reality, and I realized I was in one of those situations, and then I made the change. What she does is she gives you the information. She's not forcing anyone to do anything or to make any decisions. She's just telling you what she knows is real and true and works. Her advice is, in my opinion, the only advice to actually live a life of mental clarity, mental strength, and financial success and abundance. The very first lesson I learned from Shera is the power of femininity and our energy and our presence. Shera talks a lot about feminine energy and the feminine presence as being so powerful and so valuable. This is something that I never knew before I found Shera. I thought women and men are the same, we're all equal, there's no difference, we're all the same, we should all be casual around each other. But truly, that's not true. Men are different around us. They are attracted to us. They want to be around women. And our presence has so much value to them. It brings them a lot of confidence boost, ego boost when a man is around a beautiful woman and a woman that he is attracted to. This power that we hold, I didn't know about it. And when you know about the power of your feminine energy and your presence, you will really, really start to see how it benefits you when you use it strategically, instead of sharing your feminine presence with just everybody and any man that wants to go out with you. I don't go on dates. I don't do dating because I truly know that my presence is so valuable and my energy is vibrating so high that I just can't just put myself in a room with just anyone. Like, the person has to prove why I should bring my feminine energy out with them. So when you know that presence, you put a high value on it. Physical appearance, physical care is important to your presence. Taking care of how you look is going to impact the value of your energy and feminine presence. If you're looking like, as Shera says, who did it and why, and you're going out, you're not going to have the same feminine aura and feminine presence as another woman who's doing more. So, I do my hair, I do my makeup, I wear jewelry, wear bracelets and watches, and I dress up. Like, I dress up, and that is part of my feminine energy and presence. People say, oh, looks don't matter, and that's a lie. It does matter. And once you start dressing up more like a woman, more like a girl, and you start going out, you will realize the difference in treatment. That was a really important lesson I got from Shera, is the power of our feminine presence and our feminine energy. The second and most important thing I learned from Shera: you are never supposed to be chasing anything in life, especially not another person, and especially not a man. When she first talked about this concept of chasing, and how when you actually chase a man, you're repelling him. He's actually going to run faster away from you. It was like mind boggled, because we've grown up in a society that tells women, shoot your shot. Women are proposing now. Women are doing crazy things, in my opinion, things that are totally crazy, that are reversing the roles of the man and the woman, and are chasing the men they're with. They're hitting on men in public and pursuing men in public and giving off a very desperate energy. And Shera talks about how you're supposed to be allowing the man to chase you, to pursue you, and to prove himself to you. And this applies to relationships too. I was in a marriage where I felt like I was constantly the one trying to make it a good marriage, trying to chase the other person into wanting me, desiring me, and liking me. And I was a whole different person at that point. Who you're looking at now was not who I was at that time in my life. But that's what I was doing. It was making things worse. It wasn't helping. It was making me look and feel desperate. And that feeling was making me resent that person even more, because I was blaming the feeling of being desperate and pathetic almost on them, when really I was being that person. I was the one chasing when I shouldn't have, and I should have just backed off. You'll be surprised how many relationships will end like this as soon as a woman stops being in the chasing situation. As soon as she stops being the chaser, that relationship will end, because a lot of men are in relationships where they're just settling. The woman is a placeholder and the woman is doing the chasing, and he's not willing to chase her. Really realize, stop chasing, stop doing the most, stop talking so much, and you'll see how your relationship changes, and you'll see if he's really putting anything into it at all, or if it's all just you. The third lesson she taught me is leveling up financially. Now, I've always been someone that had financial goals for myself. I always wanted to be successful financially. And by that, I mean not having to worry about bills, not having to worry about money, like just being able to spend on the things that I want without having to worry about it. She talks about multiple streams of income. I've always been having businesses and working on businesses online. Shera talks consistently about having online businesses. And one of the reasons I have my YouTube channel is because of Shera. I have other people in my life that encourage me, like my sister. But seeing Shera's success and her hard work and dedication over 10 years on her channel inspired me to start mine. So she hasn't just influenced my decisions with relationships and men and my femininity, but she's also influenced my literal income and my streams of income. And she's always advocating for women making multiple streams of income. One of those incomes is using your feminine energy to financially benefit from the relationships you are in with men. When a lot of women are not benefiting emotionally, mentally, socially, or financially from the relationships they're in. Shera is encouraging women to financially benefit from the relationships that they enter with men, or else you're not benefiting at all. Men benefit from our energy, from our femininity, from our sexual energy that we give them, and women benefit from the financial benefits of masculine men, the security they provide. So if you're not getting that protection, that security, then what are you really getting? Sex. Like, if you're in your 30s and you're watching this, because my content is targeted towards women in their 30s, if what you're looking for in a man is not financial benefits and it's sexual benefits, you're going to learn the lesson eventually, and it's going to be a long road for you. The fourth lesson that Shera teaches is that confidence is everything. In order to make the most of your feminine energy, in order to level up financially, in order to not chase and always attract, you have to be a confident person. Another video I posted before this about confidence, you have to be a confident person in order to do all of these things. You have to do that work within and see yourself as a beautiful, smart woman. Start taking care of yourself physically. Self-care is a really good way to build your confidence. When you're like taking care of your nails, your skin, your hair, you smell good, you look good, you'll feel good. That will increase your confidence. Shera teaches that self-worth dictates everything. When you truly start believing that you deserve more and you start giving yourself more, your standards will go up and everyone around you will start to bend and adjust to your standards. Those people that don't want to do that will end up leaving your life. When some people are not in that stage in their life, so they're resentful and irritated when they see you acting so girly, especially as a mom and a single mom. It's almost seen as selfish to put so much energy into yourself. But all the energy I put into myself it goes to my kids' benefit, because when I put that love and energy into myself and fill my cup, I have so much to give to my kids. You give to yourself, you have a lot to give to your kids. And if you don't give to yourself, you have nothing available for your kids. You're burnt out, you're depressed, you're tired. These women are losing their spark because they're married to a man that's not contributing the way that he should, financially, emotionally, and mentally to the family. And he's not providing security. He's not providing financially. The family's financially dependent on her, and she has kids dependent on her. And that will naturally make you lose your spark. We live in a society that demands too much from women and that drains us and sucks us of our feminine energy. So how is my life different now? After I found Shera, I realized what I wanted in my life. I wanted stability. I wanted financial security. And I did not want to be in a relationship where I am the higher earner and where I am being dependent on so heavily for everything. I wanted to stop being Barbara the builder, the woman who is building with someone, because inevitably you're doing more in that situation. If you're building an empire together or you're building together, the woman is doing more because you're a mother. You're naturally taking on a lot of the home responsibilities. You're building and you're doing all that, where the man is not even doing most of the building and he's not doing the emotional labor of being a mother and taking care of a home. I changed a lot of things in my life. I was constantly in this state of hating the relationship I was in and not knowing what to do about it. I always felt, am I ungrateful? Why am I so miserable? What's the problem? And I realized it's because I was doing too much. I was in my masculine all the time in my relationship. And there was so much more than that, it's private and I don't want to share the details of the relationship that I was in. But that was just one of the many things. Where am I in my life now? I'm a single mom. I don't have anyone emotionally draining me, yelling at me, telling me what to do, making me feel guilty, making me feel like I don't do enough, forcing me to do things I don't want to do, and just sucking the life out of me. I only have to focus on myself and my children. I don't have any drama in my life from any male relationship at all. Removed naturally so many people from my life that weren't aligned with me anymore. I leveled up and they stayed where they were. It didn't work. So it's helped me socially with my circle. I've tightened my circle up to people who truly, truly align with me, care about me, love me, and who have been with me my whole life through all the different things I've been through in my life. The way that Shera has changed my life is that I got the house of my dreams from listening to Shera. When I first listened to Shera and she was talking about knowing what you want, writing down what you want, I took that seriously and I realized I don't want to be in a ghetto apartment anymore. And I was living in a ghetto apartment even though I had a great job, and it's because I was constantly saving money and I didn't know for what. And I realized I want a beautiful house. I want to live in a house that makes me feel good when I'm in it. I want to be in a neighborhood in the suburbs that makes me happy. And I know for a lot of people living in the suburbs and living that middle class life is a nightmare because they've lived it with their family and it's boring to them. For me, it was my dream. I just wanted that peaceful, calm, suburban mom life. And I have that. That life that Shera says in her videos all the time, that should be the goal for many women, which is that peaceful suburban mom life. And you can want more than that. But that's what I wanted, and I have that. And I have that without dealing with any drama. Amazing. I have nothing to complain about. she has truly changed my life. And I will, to my last breath, recognize how this woman who I've never met, who isn't even culturally the same as me, religiously the same as me, has changed my life so, so much. And I will pass down what she's taught me to my daughter, and I hope it passes down to generations to come, because her lessons are absolutely life-changing. I listen to every single thing she says, every question she answers on her lives. I listen, I pay attention, and I apply it to my life. I don't just listen to it at face value. I apply it into my life. The next and final part of this video is how to actually apply what Shera teaches into your life. Because I see women who struggle to apply it, and they listen to her and they still are chasing men, still in dusty relationships and miserable relationships, still acting like Barbara the Builder, still acting like Pygmishas. When I am operating in my life, every time I approach a situation that I don't really know what I should do, or I know what I should do, but my emotions are telling me to do something different, I literally have an acronym for it. It's WWSD. What would Shera do? This is how I have applied Shera's lessons into my life without fail. I will always ask myself, what would Shera do? And I will do exactly what I know Shera will do, because the few times that I strayed from what would Shera do, she has been right and I have been wrong. I have never strayed from her and been right. I've never been able to outright Shera. She's always been right, at least in my life. What would Shera do is the way to apply Shera to your real life, to your everyday real life. And I work full time, I work in corporate, and sometimes there will be conflicts at work or drama at work, and I'll be overthinking, over worrying about it. And I'm like, I want to send a big email that's like spilling all my emotions about something at work that's been upsetting or made me feel down. And then I think, what would Shera do? Shera wouldn't care. Shera would just go on with it. She would just keep doing what she needs to do to make the money. She says, put on your earphones and ignore it and do your work, do your job, get your job done and go home. And that mentality has changed my life, even in my corporate work life. So that's one way I've applied her. What would Shera do? I've also applied that into relationships. I remember I had a man that was messaging me and just doing the full love bombing of acting like he's obsessed with me instantly. He doesn't even know who I am, no idea what kind of person I am. I could be a serial killer for all this guy knows. He didn't know anything about me. He's love bombing me. And I knew it, and just through messages, I knew it. I'd never met this person at all, because I always vet them first. Remember thinking, what would Shera do when someone is like love bombing to this extent that he was? And I literally said to him, he mentioned something about my like physical appearance that he likes. And it irritated me that he felt like he could talk about me that way. In a very sweet, friendly, suggesting way, I asked him for help with something financially to see what he would do, because also he was pretending he was rich. And the 360 was crazy. Went from, I'm obsessed with you, you're everything I need, everything I want, I'm so happy I found you, you're the woman of my dreams, to, I remember this, and this was life-changing for me, and just another realization of why I can never ever stray from Shera. He literally said to me, but I don't really know you enough. After like 2 to 3 days of saying he's obsessed with me, that I'm the woman of his dreams, crazy things, which I was laughing at, sending screenshots to my sister because I knew it was stupid. But when I put him to the test, he told me to know me enough. But what about everything you said the past 3 days? And immediately I was like, yeah, I'm done. This guy's a joke. He's trying to play me. I'm done. How quickly, in 2 to 3 days, without ever meeting this person, I was able to vet him out. It's because of what would Shera do ideology. I listened to what Shera would do. Doing what Shera does will prevent you from wasting a lot of your time on men who are trying to trick you. If you've ever watched Shera 7, please let me know in the comments what you've learned from her. Tell me how you've applied her lessons, how she's changed your life, because she's, like I said, drastically changed my life, emotionally, socially, mentally, financially. Every way she could have changed my life, her information has. Important thing to apply it. I could have listened to her all day like many do, but had I not applied it, I would still be back where I was in 2019, but I'm not. I'm in a completely different place in my life because I applied what she taught me. I didn't just watch. The most exciting thing is that this is just the beginning for me. I am in my journey. I'm not at the final end of my level up. My level up just continues. It's a journey. And if you watch Shera's videos from 10 years ago and you watch her videos now, you see that even she has leveled up from her 30s to her 40s so much physically, even in the way she talks. You can see her own level up, and she's living proof of the level up. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you learned how to apply Shera 7's advice to your life and why it's so important to take what she says seriously, because it's changed my life. And if it's information that isn't for you, that's fine. If you resonate with it, you just need to apply it to your life. Think, what would Shera do in all the situations in your life? And I'm telling you, you will not be led the wrong way. Thank you for watching. Please comment anything you have to say about my video, Shera, things you've learned from her, your thoughts on hypergamy. And please like the video and subscribe if you like my content, because I'm trying to become a monetized account and I'm so close to getting there. Thank you. Bye. And if you like the jewelry that I'm wearing in this video, I got all of these rings on my middle finger, my ring finger, and this ring right here from Linear. Linear is going to be right over here for you, their website. And in the description, I'll put my shop with all of the jewelry that I have here. I also got my necklace from Linear. I also got this tennis bracelet from Linear, and it's all really affordable, beautiful jewelry for girls. And if you're not trying to spend like a crazy amount of money on jewelry, like this is a really great place to get it.